Well, hello there. It's Jessie here, and a big fat warm welcome to the little tiny channel. Thank you very much for being here. This is not my normal voice. Why am I talking like this? I don't know. Right, guys. Hi, if you're coming back. Thank you once again. It's good to know you're there. If you're completely new and you clicked on my face, congratulations, you've found this tiny corner of the internet and your life will never be the same. I can't promise that. Welcome to the mirror. Let's see what's inside today that wants to be reflected. I have no idea. Before I sat down, my light's flickering a lot today, and I like when lights flicker because I think it's some kind of communication. I don't know of what kind. Often I think our energy field, if it's particularly zzzzy one day, it will affect the electronics around us. Anyone experience that? I most definitely have. I remember the first time that it happened in public. I was in India and I went to a bar. And as I approached the bar, all the fairy lights around were like zzz, zzz, zzz. And the guy that owned the bar was like, welcome. And at that time I was freaking out. I was like, are they flickering because of me? Like, what's going on? I had no idea. I had no sense of self back then. And it's actually quite dangerous to do plant medicine when you have no sense of self. Just going to put that out there because that's something I learned the hard way. And it wasn't until somebody said that to me years later, earlier this year, maybe last year, that we had a guest speaker, and he was saying, like, we can do these, not even just plant medicine, but like anything that gets you in touch with your power and a greater power. If you don't have a good sense of self, the ego is then like, I'm God. And we are all a part of God, that's creator. I mean, we wouldn't be here otherwise. So there's truth to it. But if we're not solid in who we are or in this reality, oh God, that can cause some mental issues. Trust me, been through it. And then he said that you can't do these things if you don't have a strong sense of self because you get lost up there. And I was like, that's what happened to me. That man's just put words to my experience of like 2 years of being like, anyway, so where are we going from here? I don't know. So a soul card came out. So the thing was flickering and I was like, all right, let's get a card. I love these cards. And this one just fell out straight away. Look, it's a sun. But you see his face. He's like looking away. And it's like he's shining so bright and sharing all of this heat and energy. But look how sort of, I don't know, everyone will see a different thing in that face because it depends what lens you're looking through and what you project onto it. But I'm projecting like a nervousness, sort of like a, I'm not shining this bright. And that I get that. I feel that. Last night I went to storytelling Lisboa, fantastic event where people share stories every month. Well, they do it every 2 weeks, one in Portuguese, one in English, and they give a theme. Last night was the morning after, and you can apply and you can share a story based on that theme. Is that my kind of event? You know, some are funny, some are sad, some are silly, some are very vulnerable. It's just a beautiful way to witness the human. Anyway, we went. So one of my friends has like started seeing this guy. He's young, right? He's 22 and he is so cosmic. It's insane. And he's had an incredibly hard life, but he is tenacious. He has a connection with the divine. Not all of us have. Like, hold up. We all have connection. It's just how aware we are of that connection varies. And his is very strong and always has been. I won't speak for his story, but at 12. Can I share this, Ricardo? Yeah. Yeah, I can. So he wanted to commit suicide at 12 years old. That's how bad it was, his situation. And he heard a voice saying, go and look in the mirror. And he stood up and looked in the mirror, and they said, look in your eyes. Know who you are. All of this is shaping you into the human that you need to be. And he was also told that he will help millions. In fact, when he told me, he said billions. And I was like, bloody hell. And from that moment, he started calisthenics. I don't know the word. And he found a channel to put all of this emotion into. And now he's 22 and he's like very cosmic. I'll just say that. And just to let you know, like he's been hanging around the house for like the past week or so on and off. And I was triggered by his presence because I was jealous. I was jealous of his clear connection with the divine. I'm like, why does he get it? Why don't I have that connection with the divine? And we all have our own one, and we just have to cultivate it ourselves. And some people are very, just destined for greatness. Are we all destined for greatness? What's your answer to that? We're all destined for greatness. Anyway, I was jealous because I believe I'm destined for greatness. And I was like, I didn't. And it's so young. And maybe it's too late. So jealous. Anyway, I kind of talked it through with my friend and I worked through it. And I thought, actually, if I come back to me and I just stay in my lane and I just think about me and my life and my journey and what I'm learning and what I've learned and what I'm doing with that, and I just take out all the other people, I'm like, oh, part of my journey is not having that connection, that clear voice. I'm in a swamp. Get out of a swamp, Jessie. Can you get out of a swamp? And my soul's like, yeah, we can get out of a swamp. And I'm not saying he hasn't been in swamps. Like, there's no comparison, basically. Everyone's on their own path. Leave it at that. Speaking to myself. Anyway, so I sort of came back and I was like, you know what? Being in the swamp ain't so bad, because I wanted to learn how to get out of a swamp. I've been in mental turmoil most of my adult life, and I'm finding my way out of it. And good for me, My journey is just a little bit I don't know what's stopping me there. Anyway, we went to this event, right? And as they start, they say, hey, some people have dropped out. So we have 2 free spaces if anybody wants to be brave and tell a story. And this man that was this young gentleman, stood up and beelined to them and was like, I'll tell a story. And the bravery. So this person, what they're showing me, and I have so much respect, is that he's, that like fresh naivety of being young and like, I can change the world. And you haven't been hammered down or had your heart broken or like been fired or like your life completely collapsed around you to sort of learn. And then you've got to pick up the pieces. When you're young, it's just like, I can do anything. And he's in this energy and I love it. It reminds me of me when I was a wee bear. And so he beelines towards it and he's like, I'm scared. I'm really scared. But courage is doing it anyway. And like, we know that. I know that. I've heard that. But he did it. He did it. He was straight up there. Anyway, had the room in the palm of his hands in multiple ways. Like, it was a very raw, vulnerable, authentic, fresh, great story. And I just thought, you know what? Look at me, like, being jealous. And therefore, like, closing myself off to a deeper connection with this person. I'm like, watched it, and I'm like, I can learn from him. I can learn from him. Because I'm like bigging myself up to do a story. I go to the event. I'll go to a few of these events, like check it out. And then I'll think, okay, I need a story. How am I going to, and I'll practice and I'll rehearse and then I'll do it and might go well, might not. Like, I'm a bit more like cautious. Whereas he's like, this is my chance, take it. And he's evolving so fast because of that tenacity, that courage. Very inspiring. So anyway, we could all take a leaf out of that man's book. And not that he's perfect, like, the other thing is like how much wisdom comes from life experience, like, we all need to get our heart broken, maybe several times, however many times that you need it. Even if you don't need it, it happens. Like, life experience on this planet, because what I'll say is he's like extremely cosmic, right? And has got like a lot of cosmic wisdom and cultivated from previous lives, future lives, whatever, that enables him to just like go really fast. Like, there's not, even if doubt's there, he's just like push it aside. Whereas I've been festering in doubt for decades. I've lost my train of thought where I was going with that. It's completely gone. My mind's gone blank, and in comes silence. Must have been a lie. Yeah, it's gone, guys. It's gone. I sometimes that happens, huh? Things go. On other news, I've started a mailing list, and thank you to the people who subscribed. Launched my first email. It's a different vibe to YouTube, and I don't know whether I need to like keep the same vibe. I don't know. I'm like experimenting with my voice and the different aspects of myself. So I'm going for like slightly more, I don't know, it's different. You have to sign up to see if you want. And feedback's very welcome. I did get some feedback from one of you emailing me back saying I'm a knobhead in emails. And that hurt. I'm not going to lie, that hurt. But then I thought maybe maybe the mirror hurt them or reflected something back to them that then they felt to lash out. Because then another email came saying the same thing. You're a knobhead, but I love you anyways. And then another email came in later in the day saying, thank you for not entering my mirror and taking offense. And I was like, you see how it works? Because when I first read that thing, you're a knobhead, ow. And then I remembered the wise words of Mikey, a colleague I had years ago. And I've told this story before, but a 12-year-old girl asked him, hey, am I a knobhead? And he, in that situation, I was witnessing this conversation. I would have been like, no, you're not a knobhead, me. And he was like, yeah, you might be. She was like, what? He was like, yeah, you probably are to some people. Other people probably not, but like we're all knobheads to someone. And thank you, Mikey, for that grand lesson. Because, I thought, well, maybe I am and I will be to some people and maybe, that's okay. But you see how the mirror's working already? So if you want to sign up, it's down below. I don't know where it's going to go, what's going to happen, but let's see. Thank you for the donation I received from one of you. Thank you so much for that. And watch this space basically, guys, because I am in a new era of compassion, and I'm breaking down an identity that I've held very firmly my whole life, which is I can do it alone. Now, my mother adopted this strategy because she had to. My grandmother adopted this strategy because she had to. And I inherited it too. And for me, it was working really well. I was doing really well alone until I realized how effing lonely I am. Because part of this strategy creates isolation. You know, you don't let anyone in. You don't depend on me, I don't depend on you, and we're good. No one gets hurt. But I'm deeply lonely. And I have craved community my whole life. But I've realized from asking for help, first of all, admitting that I am addicted and dropping the shame. Ooh, the lights are flickering. Was addicted. Am addicted. You know, you still me trying to get it right. And then realizing from that point, I need help. First time in my life, I've like truly acknowledged I need help. I can't do this alone. I need to be witnessed in this pain, because as much as I can do, I can't do this bit alone. I think I was a wee baby, you know? I didn't have the resources. I didn't have the experience of being held in that pain to like create the pathways of like, I'm safe in this pain. That didn't happen. So now I can even be like, okay, let's go to the pain. It's like, no, but we don't know how to hold ourselves through that. It needs somebody to hold us in it. And since I've admitted that I need help and can ask for it, my identity of like, oh, I'm strong, independent woman, I can do it all alone, is crumbling. But I'm like seeing what I crave, community, has always been out there, because I'm like isolating myself. And now I'm like, I need help. You know what it's done? Is made me very confident in my offer that I can help people now. It's like, oh, I can help people because we all need help. We all need help from each other. We can't do it alone. This is my journey, right? And so allowing help from others and like really acknowledging like, I can't do it, is like, oh. I think subconsciously I was always like holding back offering anything of this kind of service because, oh, they can do it alone. Who am I? They don't need me. You see, they don't need me. But now I'm like, I need you. Maybe you need me. Maybe you do. So, if you would like to be witnessed in non-judgmental, compassionate gaze, I can offer that. Email me. At the moment, they're donation-based. I will make a suggestion because it's my time and also 10 years of healing that has enabled me to hold a space of real depth, because I've gone to that depth in myself. And I haven't gone to the depth. I haven't gone to the bottom. Maybe there is no bottom. Maybe it's bottomless. But I've done a lot. And I can see my value now in what I can hold. Like, whew, I've seen it all, guys. Nasty stuff inside of me. And also on the course, witnessing others. Like, there's nasty stuff inside of us. And it's okay. So if you need some space to be witnessed, even in your light, I offer that. So please get in touch. See how much conviction I can like share this now, because I know how necessary it is, because how much it's helping me. Oh, music is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, Mac Miller. Anything else in the mirror? No, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. Hey, you can support me for free if you want, and you would like to, with a like, with a comment, with a share. Hit subscribe if you're into this. Otherwise, and also, have a beautiful day, a beautiful life. Motherfuckers, we got this.